people, let's continue. So if you're new, we're going to do some pre-season world building and expanding on races and districts, so when it's time to create your character for this interactive role-playing series, you'll have a better sense of culture and the setting. If you're into world building and role-playing, then maybe stick around and subscribe. We kick-started the world building with the Taurusan and the Blood Cobble district. I took a glance at some of those, and man, they're really good. Shout outs to the Odd Man and Myra Dare, Squid Baron. Man, they really dropped some jewels in there, but everybody had something that was really great, and we're only going to vote if we have to, you know. So if you submitted something, it'll likely end up in there unless it directly conflicts with something else. And it was so open, which is why it's great to have interesting facts being submitted. It was so open that a lot of you really hit on different parts of the culture for that race that can all coexist together. And when they come together, it's going to be pretty wild. But everything is looking good. So this is what we're going to do. I'm thinking we're going to do a couple more races and give others in the community time to submit their lore for the races. Then we'll stop and confirm the race as I read through all the lore, and that's when we'll close the submission for those, when we stop and actually nail down the details for the race. And then we'll move on to the next batch of races. I'm going to create keywords for the race that will be exclusive to that race, and it's going to be based off of the lore that was submitted for them. So this is why we're doing this first, because this could really add to your character, or if you are creating a new character, you can see there's new mechanics here. So if you're a previous character who never really specified their race, now's a good time to pick one, and just pick one that really fits your character, you know. A lot of these races are going to be kind of weird, and then some of them are going to be normal. So for example, the Dorinthian, they are pretty much the equivalent, the Gamma Haven equivalent to the Japanese. But a lot of these things are undefined, so definitely find little characteristics and traits and nuances, and express those. Say that your character looks like this, and then it makes it possible for other characters to look like that because you look like that. But try to stay within the realm of the character's base lore. So for example, the Dorinthian, they don't have like wings. Okay, so don't be like, hey, I'm a Dorinthian with wings. I mean, unless your mutation says otherwise, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm going to create keywords for that race that are going to be exclusive to that race. And it's going to be based off of the lore that's submitted. So again, any lore that you submit, it's going to have an impact. You know, the whole goal is to give you more narrative control tailored to your style of roleplay and your character's roots. You know, you are going to be the first few batch of characters that are representing a particular race, and you know, you want that to go in history, you know. So we're going to put together another race and district. We're going to put that on the table. And remember, Haven City is a megalopolis that takes up 2/3 of the entire continent, and it consists of districts, each with their own rules and cultures. So when you're submitting lore for districts, you're essentially building the base world at this point. So like I said, now is a good time of any time to join P&D, Gamma Haven, get into this world, because we are still 3 seasons in, still building the world. So what you submit can change the world. So let's get started. Our next race, androids. So androids and sleepers. Haven City is filled to the brim with machines, from sewing machines to a taxi chauffeur. Every machine was made with a purpose and will have no free will of its own. Androids are programmed with a set code that allows them to live a life so long as it is within the boundaries of their code. Androids can appear as humanoids or even full-on robots, but they are not as convincing as sleepers, which is okay because androids are usually upgraded to perform a particular task, as opposed to being a sleeper who is trying to remain low-key and fit in. A subtype of the androids are sleepers. We were introduced to sleepers when it was revealed that The veteran gate agent Chronicle was an android the whole time, but even his technology has been superseded by sleepers capable of operating apart from Anarchy. It was discovered that Anarchy 12 had achieved a breakthrough in advanced robotics in secret some time ago, and has had living, breathing, and thinking androids walking among the world for some time. These androids are sleepers and can look like most physical races and even feel they are real. Typically, androids never learn of their true origin unless they are programmed to fulfill an objective and are triggered to awaken at some point. It's possible Anarchy 12 randomly dispersed sleepers into the world as if planting trees for the sake of the forest. Sleepers who awaken prior to being triggered never become aware of their mission and live life onward. This race is one of the newest. It was something I really wanted to add for some time now, a race that reminds us that we are in a technologically advanced future. And I always imagined there were these androids that look like the cyborg race from Phantasy Star Online, which is a game that I used to play when I was younger. But then also having androids that look like a real species. So we introduced the sleepers during the end of season 2 as a continued attack on Haven Gate that was escalated from all the data from the data breach that occurred over the Bulwark app, allowing sleepers to get into Haven's very open and lenient recruiting process. But as stated, most sleepers aren't programmed with orders from Anarchy, and they are just simply a result of his nigh godhood of this planet, or on this planet. Role-playing wise, being an android has lots of perks, and I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone brings life to these machines. No pun intended. The district to flesh out now is the Beast District, and this district was created by Rezanok. This district is quite large and has been deemed one of the most dangerous areas in Haven. Located on the outskirts of Haven, it can be seen from miles and miles away, as it is a district that is quarantined by a dome that is constructed of the toughest and most durable metal known in existence, Omnium. It was funded by Atlas Corporation and its walls constructed by Atlas's Director of Research and Development, also designing the dome to withstand the strongest G-type that Haven is home to. It has no access that is known to the public, but there is a secure passage leading from under Atlas Corporation headquarters that the directors of Atlas have access to and are able to use to keep an eye on any developments inside the dome. It was dubbed the Beast District due to an abnormal amount of animals that had congregated there after the Gamma Calamity. These animals are extremely dangerous and feral, especially to humanoids. Their mutations vary and not all of them have been recorded to this day. This is a zero-access zone, ZAZ. Even G-types who have strong mutations are warned against entering for their own safety. Though the fabled Monster Island is common knowledge, it is rumored that Atlas Corp poached and captured nightmare creatures from Monster Island and placed them in this district. This sounds like a district that will have a lot going on with it. I can see it now. Headline news, something escaped from the Beast District. But I would also imagine the culture of living around this dome, around this district, is probably strange as well. So that would be interesting. And what kind of poachers are able to successfully leave Monster Island? Monster Island is an island off of the coast of Raylagar, and there's just terrible myths of creatures being there, and people who go there don't come back, and only Raylagarians go there to test their strength and might, and not many really leave there alive. It's funny, there's a character who actually was able to stay the night on Monster Island and lived a couple of days there. Myra Dare. But anyway, poachers that are able to successfully leave Monster Island, that's crazy. Not a lot of people that can do that. Not even Raylagar's toughest warriors can do that. So I can't wait to see what kind of submissions we get to kind of add some more fluff to the Beast District. To submit your lore, just head to pndrpg.com and select the lore submission section, and you'll find the races and districts so far. So if you haven't submitted for the previous lore, you still can while we are on the road to season 3. Also, feel free to visit our Discord, meet the players, toss ideas around with other players who are world building, and You'll find that link to our site is in the description box below. Subscribe, hit the like button to stoke the spiritual flames of creation for the community. The more likes, the better ideas. That's magic. Happy world building.